I just wanted to see the demon again. It's kind of fun.
Oh, and something else I learned how to do is I can explore shadow now. So I can look for a shadow where time is faster or slower.
Does it allow you to do anything else besides looking for one faster and slower? Because I know when one of the times I shadow walked to Beastkin, I got a feeling there was other shadows very close by. There was other stuff out there very nearby. Which presumably like there'd be the human version. So that because I think from memory when we got those shakes when we were travelling through them was probably them separating and becoming distinct entities in on themselves. Because strictly speaking, we have been to Genova. Oh, that's something else, Logan. The acclimatized locations. Am I still acclimatized to those locations? All
right. Chris, I reworded the Explore Shadow. It's more than just finding fast time, slow time. It's what a shadow of desire. What are you after?
Okay. Because all right, so it was like just fast time, slow time, but I guess we could find things that like have specific things that you're looking for, or
so we could potentially find red carpet again.
Mm.
I think so, but I don't think it'd be as stable as it once was, because I think the shadows that we go to on a constant basis, I think they all are connected, and like those are all hubs of the wheel and ghost wheel. And then there's small weird shadows in between, but they're not as real as I think the rest of them are.
So what about the other Doras who aren't our group and the shadows they go to?
I think they are actually going to like outer shadows, like not inside Ghost Wheel, not in our pocket dimension.
Okay.
So I think they're going to like all kinds of different places other than just in here.
Because
but there could be other ones, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like when you see cities around the map, like you get the cities and then you got the small cities in between that no one really cares about as much.
Because I'm assuming they were also going to shadow zones, going to zones as such that are within inside the firewall, because they had the same thing about healing and when they die coming back, which would mean that they're on this side of the firewall, not outside the firewall.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, but whether or not they are like us in regards to being blood of amber.
No, I don't think so, because remember when we were at whatever it's called, the halfway in. We were real, and everyone, like even some of the doors, were like, why are you guys so real? I don't understand.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean they could be blood of amber, but they may not be aware of that, and obviously they hadn't worked out how to get out nor walk the pattern.
True. But also it makes sense as to why, now it makes a little bit more sense why Corwin has been in here and why Merlin has been in here, because I think it's Merlin that created Ghost Wheel?
Yes, yeah, Merlin created
Ghost Wheel. So Merlin created it, and then Corwin was here because, that's his dad, so it makes sense as to why they know of it and have been here.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't know about the new gen of Amber people, like Max Bailey. I don't know where he fits in with all this because he was imprisoned in there. I don't know.
But I suppose the other question is, who imprisoned Corwin in here?
Right.
If that was actually Corwin as opposed to a shadow or something, that it was somebody that appeared to Trump walk by the lighthouse they drew on the wall.
Well, it seems like pattern ghosts are like they're oh crap.
But a pattern ghost of Corwin wouldn't lasted that long to be able to decide to draw a thing and then bugger off.
Well, since I made a new pattern, I'm sure there's a new pattern ghost to me somewhere running around.
If there's a requirement for that, yes.
I bet you if you have the power to make sure that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. But as such that I don't know how to do that, probably a thing. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna teleport and punch Logan in his dome in a second with him waggling his head around like that.
What possible harm could come from having another Doc Fulton running around under the control of some fairly malignant thing, right? Everything should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you just thought of that made you go, well, fuck?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hindrance.
Oh, everybody give me a pattern lore for something. Yeah.
Tumble.
Everything is absolutely fine. Oh, thank God.
That would have been amusing if Mildred had made that one as well.
If she made it again, I'd be like, what is up with her?
I play a Spark of Divinity.
Nice.
I limited retrieve it.
You play Spark of Divinity again?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Trade me a card, please.
You can't limit retrieve it, unfortunately.
Oh, you can?
No, it says it can't be retrieved from the discard
pile.
pile.
Is it? Oh, well. Fuck.
Yeah, so take your limited retrieve back, sir.
What happened when I read the card, I suppose?
Yes. Nice thinking. Nice thinking, but unfortunately, yes.
Freddie's gotten that fucking card like 8 or 10 times or some shit.
It's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, do you guys know about the Ice Torques, right?
Yeah, you gave me a rundown on them.
What? Ooh.
Mildred wouldn't know about them, no, I'm assuming.
So we came across these Ice Torques while we cleared out the Ice Tower over here in MMO. And I don't know why we keep saying here, we're not there. Anyway, so in MMO, there's an Ice Tower. We cleared it out. There's this Torque that if you can put on your neck, it turns invisible. You can have ice armor at will. Then you get a small spell tree that has like grow claws, so then you can claw people with you know. It also makes it so you can throw like icicles for damage during your combat. It also where's my notes? Hold on. You can communicate silently to anybody else that has the Torque as well.
Does a lot of neat shit.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Except for the fact that you can't take them off, and you've got the creature that every so often somebody will make you do something.
Yeah, it'll tell you to. It'll be like, hey, go do something awful that I want you to do, and if you don't do it, it explodes. But I mean, here's the catch, though.
Yeah.
Walk pattern, and it goes the fuck away. Another thing to think of is if you're strong enough, what happens if like you decide, oh, I want to put this in a general pocket. Would it go into the general pocket? Because it's still connected to you.
Question.
So is that a way to get around it being on and off? I didn't try that, and I really don't, because I don't want to touch it. Like I have enough shit going on that I don't need some weird icy power to try to take over me and make me go do bad things for it. And like it has some other power, like you don't care about the cold anymore, so like you could go out to Canada and be like, whatever. But I mean,
but I'm assuming that not necessarily Canada, because Canada magic doesn't work too well there. I'm assuming it's because it's magic, this talk, that it's only really good in magic places.
So it might work there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that's an option if you guys want to. And also it likes to it's making more of itself. So I'm pretty sure that it's the MMO version of an AI. I think it's an MMO version of an AI. But it's not powerful enough because it hasn't sucked into enough people yet.
You've reminded me one of the reasons I was curious about going to Red Carpet.
To redo the white?
No, to see if there is a white.
Oh, in the shadow version of it?
Yes.
Huh. That would be kind of interesting too.
Yes. That's the thing. Are the AIs unique, or are there other versions of them out there?
Well, see, the problem is we've not seen a lot of them. We've seen yellow, we've seen white, we've seen indigo. I know green exists, but I haven't seen it. And then we've seen brown. Have we seen any others?
We've heard about blue.
Right.
And
we've heard about red. That's it.
Yep, so there's other ones out there. And good old brown.
Right. But see, that's 7.
Yeah, but there was supposedly, originally somebody was told they were the colors of the rainbow.
Right.
But brown sort of proved that wrong. But then brown was a
white,
new one.
There's probably a black.
Yes.
Excuse me. Bio.
But yes.
So yeah.
But yes, Yana, when I was trying to create the pattern, I made all my rolls over the last. It was it was against against 120 or something, so it was still against 120. So I'd made everything up to the last one, which was will, and I had a 30% chance of making it. And I spent 10 hero points. And did not make it. Just kept failing and failing and failing. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was brain dead. And because after sleep, I thought, I could have haggled with Logan and said about how about because it's creating a pattern and I'm putting myself into it. Could I spend the overflow as hero points, like 10 for 1, for example, or could I permanently spend essence or something like that? But yeah, I didn't think of it at the time. Whether or not he would have allowed it, who knows? He may have at the time, but yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yep. The fates, the dice just did not roll my way.
Yeah. But you now have the beautiful new body, so like.
Yes. Yes, and it'll just take a couple of years to get my skills back up to where they were.
Yeah, had I known that's how it worked, I would have just found like a powerful wizard or something, and then just stuck you in there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you had limited time,
right?
So,
my original thing was like, because I didn't think I could put you into a body, is I was gonna like go to Cyberpunk and put you into a replicant. So since I could make a replicant from ground up, and we know that replicants are able to travel around the dimension with no problem. I was like, oh, that's a good one.
No, they can't.
But
we had to shut it down to get. because
That's right.
she's to make her an object to be able to move her across.
That's right. You're right. So probably good I didn't do that.
But it may have worked anyway because it was my essence as such in there.
Exactly.
Who knows? But yeah. Replicant was one of the thoughts I had, was the potential that you could have done, or a clone from Night City, depending on how much time you had.
Mm-hmm. And like we sat there for like, we were just discussing it in game for like 20 minutes, like what to do, and like you went down, like the percentage of how bright you got dimmer, and I was like, fuck, I don't have time for that. So
No. It was the pressure. Yeah, I understand. It was just the pressure thing. The other thing I thought of was potentially, once I read what John posted about the situation, was like one of the unborn babies, one of my offspring in Kinleyville, an unborn baby or something.
True,
but then since they mature like in a month.
Yeah, that's very true too.
As you know, like it's a fresh, but again, you were pressed for time and had the pressure. So,
and I didn't I figured that if I put you in, like you'd have his body, but you might have most of your skills, like maybe not like your big stuff.
Basically, I've been reset to entry.
Gotcha. Okay.
With 20% of skills of what Obed probably would have had. So, yeah.
So wait, you weren't able to like spend points? You were like, you just have Obed skills or what?
No. Well, originally I created, from what originally Logan told me, the character was a lot worse because it was, you know, you have all these slacker skills and stuff. But then he said, "Oh no, you've got Obed's not particularly strong-willed, so you'd have 20% of his 20% of your skill points towards skills that Obed would have, and then the rest as you see fit to yourself."
Okay. So like that's part of his residual as you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So I had to think about. So I came up with a couple of useless skills that he would potentially have, and because he was a slacker and played video games and was got fired from fast food job. So yes, that's all right. Joshua is alive, and we are immortal, and who knows where the future may go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yes, last week I was actually on last Saturday. I actually played a different character, so I had a new character. I'd created a new character, and I wasn't sure as to what I would be playing today.
Oh. Well, I mean, it sucks that you have like such like lower skill points, but at least you can play yourself still.
Yeah. It was just annoying, just frustrating that the dice just rolled so badly for me.
I understand, because when we did the regular pattern at Amber.
Yeah. You were having shocking rolls then.
18 fucking pause on that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah. So, yes.
Getting old as hell. Nothing better than bowel movement makes you wonder if you should be checking yourself into a hospital.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you guys do?
Alrighty.
So the weird part is going to be trying to convince everybody that you are who you are.
Exactly right. I know. I'm really not sure how that's going to go.
You just say something smart that nobody would think of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. That's obvious.
Oh, and my last thing though, but my last thought on the torque, like I know, like for like newer people, it's probably I think it's worth the risk versus reward for newer, which is why I was talking about it. Maybe you'd want to use it for now. That'll give you a bit of an edge for a bit. Also, we have these ice sights that if you hit someone and do a certain amount of damage, they freeze for the next round.
Oh, the scythes. That's right. Yeah. Did you say about that? Yeah. What the Grim Reaper use, what you used to cut grain with.
Yeah.
What they used to use for harvesting grain.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
The very old days, Yana. The grain harvest. Do you know what we're talking about? I will put up a picture of it.
Yeah. That might help.
I mean, they're big two-handers, but I mean, they do decent damage, and that is pretty powerful. I mean, granted, you'll have to build up from scratch to use it, but and then an MMO, it's probably some good. That's pretty awesome, especially if you learn like how to. Oh shit, you have no spells. Hopefully, I can teach how to trick shit, and then you can trick it, and then that would be one way you can walk around with that shit.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Yana running around with a fucking scythe for whatever reason.
That's something though. Like, what about all the spells that he helped make? Does he get those?
He has credit for them still, so he does have them all at learn.
Okay.
Because, but what I'm doing is anybody who makes a spell this campaign, they've still got credit, but if we go to next campaign or wherever, then, meh.
Sure. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Yana.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This could be your new look. It'll be under Spatula City. It's got to load up. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're called in Czech, but by God, they're used for grain and stuff like that. They've got extra handles and stuff that aren't pictured there to help you swing them.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a bad picture of what a scythe looks like because the handle's actually curved. We actually had one on the farm.
So in the history of Czech Republic, there was a big uprising in the Middle Ages, and the people used these things.
Oh,
okay.
It's kind of.
Well, yeah, it's a farmer's tool thing.
Yeah. They had lots of uprisings and wars.
Well, it's because of all the fucking vampires and shit.
Of course.
There's a better picture.
And because they often picture like the Grim Reaper with one which is just a straight handle as opposed to the curved handle.
Mm-hmm. It depends on if you're going for style or substance, I guess.
Although I suppose it's potential that some of them may have actually had. I don't know. Looking at some of them actually are straight.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a different picture, Yana.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. But, that's because they came up with the Grim Reaper back when everybody was fucking farmers and they could really get behind the image of somebody reaping something because they did that, once per season or once per year or whatever. So they're like, we know what that's about.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't deal with farming, we don't want to know.
Yeah, quite a few of them look like they're just straight handled as well. Interesting.
I'd rather have a fucking curvy one. I've actually used one briefly once, decided I may end up killing myself with it, decided to discontinue using it. I'm still alive, so maybe I chose right. So you guys are still in the tent, refusing to move. Shows the wind. I'm trying
Let's be here the whole day. I like it here.
In the past, if you recall, like 8 years ago or whatever, we did have an adventure where the entire adventure was people excitedly briefing each other on shit. And when I was like, so, and they're like, nope, quiet, Logan, briefing. And they did that for the whole session. And that was it. It was like, okay.
There was a lot of stuff that had been going on.
Oh, imagine somebody new coming into this and lying, all right, I'm ready. I have notes ready. Tell me everything. And you guys just look at them like, you're on crack. No, too much. Let me sum up.
Mm-hmm. All right. So how would we check that besides going there? Probably couldn't.
They both think deep thoughts there, Mildred, while you're sitting there, sighing, wondering where the alcohol is, wondering why you don't have any, wondering who needs to die to get you some fucking booze.
I look around.
There's no regular furniture. It's all like sit around like a fucking Bedouin and stuff, you know. It's kind of a weird thing to have wherever it is, but you know.
I suspect we're on the grounds of the embassy. The fact that there was a rhino guard looking for us. Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Good question.
Action. Let's go.
They're both thinking deeper and deeper thoughts until they get down so many layers they cannot be brought back.
Yeah.
So the Clems you were saying that was right near the firewall. Can you travel to that from a Clems Barbers?
Don't know. I haven't tried. Do you want to go try?
Assuming you have a trump card to get back from there.
Yes.
I assume you do.
Yeah, I can get. I have the White Dove, which is questionable at this point. It probably doesn't work anymore. PC house, a random camp up in the mountains, an MMO. We can get back to where we need to go.
Yeah, that's right. I just whether or not if we're going to go there, if we then should take Santa suits or whatever, but if we're going to be inside.
Just like in the previous game, Doc Fulton is building up his own fucking large-ass trump deck. Eventually, he won't be able to set them down because the stack will just tip over and spill.
I was building up my own large trump deck, but have to start from scratch. Yeah, that was one of the things that occurred to me. I was thinking I should have put my gear down before doing that whole thing. It didn't even think about it.
Neither did Doc Fulton, so you're in good company.
No.
The only thing I did was I gave him like the card to get. Like I think I gave him my card. Like I gave him something. I don't remember what I gave him. I was like, "Here, hold this."
No, the problem was I had a trump to Shadow Earth, and I had a trump to the Courts of Chaos in my deck.
So
okay.
Awkward. God.
Amongst the ones that I had made myself.
Gotcha.
But I had those two trump cards that would have been quite useful to use.
Oh, don't worry. You will now be on the road to chaos.
Nah, that can wait. No interest.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not saying right now, but definitely next season I'm going to have some shit done for that. Mm-hmm.
So, shall we go to Clem's and see if we can go there?
Yes.
But we should take Arctic. Well, no, because we can just leave from there. But I don't know if you wanted to check anything out while we were there too. But let's go.
Oh, if we do manage to get there, from memory, it is a bit of a journey from the firewall to where the town was.
Oh, it's not in the town.
No, that's what I mean. Because it's at the firewall. If we arrive there at Clem's at the firewall, if we wanted to go check the town out and check the environment around the town, we would have to travel for a while.
Oh, well, to do that, I figured we'd, get like a flying car from somewhere and then fly around.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's so snowy. Fuck that. That's no.
Yeah. Getting the flying car is going to be the challenging bit.
We get the Zardos head and fly around.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You got that fixed, didn't you? You fixed that up.
Halfway up.
Yep, it's halfway there. I don't think we're going to have to worry about anything in Canada here shooting us down. That's for damn sure.
When you guys get over to Clem's, you just kind of stop and look around. Everybody give me a shadow lore roll, and if you make that, an architecture roll.
So prior to that, Logan, when we exit the tent, are we on the Australian Embassy grounds, or are we somewhere else?
No, you were quite correct with your deduction, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. So we were in Beastkin. Speaking of which, do I have 2 tarot cards in my pocket?
No.
Damn it. It just occurred to me, I thought, maybe I'll actually start getting tarot cards again.
I thought that too, but I figured it was because it's your essence. It's tied to
Yeah, I know. I thought I'd ask.
Mm-hmm. Right. Fulton goes, "By word, I can become a barber shop at will now."
Oh, you wanted shadow law. Hang on a second.
Fulton is attempting to turn himself into a barber shop.
I make my...
What can I do?
My law shadows roll.
Excellent. Give me an architecture roll then, Pete. You've succeeded on part of it.
Architecture. There it is.
It all comes down to the architecture roll. Right. Well, maybe you can tell somebody else your idea and they can make an architecture roll. You're thinking that your idea to build the Clems thing wherever you want with your extra barber poles might just work. But you need architecture skill to find out more information if you want to have other people make their rolls on it, because you're apparently not an architect. Although if you were to get a white handkerchief, tie knots in each of the 4 corners, place it on your head, wear suspenders with high pants, your character could probably pull off that.
Gumby. Blah. Do save repeating all that.
Interesting. So that is a thing. Oh, I'm going to leave I'm going to leave the other Clem's barber pole here.
As in the barbers, or here in the Australian Embassy?
In the Australian Embassy.
So that would mean going into the Australian Embassy alone?
Weren't we already in there? Is that where we came from?
We were on the grounds.
The grounds, which are pretty extensive nowadays for reasons. Mainly the elf guy hated the...
well, the Mrs. Claus suits are here too, so if we're going to want those for...
cold weather.
That means 2 of you will have the pleasure of dressing in drag.
Don't care. Just want to be warm.
Did the woman with no name have any architecture skill? Mash the button, get a check and learn. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. Cool. Well, eventually we'll get you a check and learn.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 10 chance of that.
No, she made a...
I have...
You made a roll earlier, so you would have got your check and learn.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Whatever.
All right, so we go to... We get the suits. You might want to go talk to...
Yeah, Elwin and Alana, yeah.
Tell them we are their new parent.
Yes. This will be an interesting conversation.
Are you sure you don't want to put it off indefinitely, like the woman with no name puts off important conversations indefinitely?
No.
I'm very responsible.
Oh, speaking of which, did you by chance find out if Maddie had actually walked the pattern? Doc, when you're in Amber.
No. Well, wait. No, because I don't know. Same information. I didn't ask about that.
Yeah, that's okay. Just on the off chance. All right. I shall go look for the twins.
You find them, and they're like, Obed, what are you doing here?
Yes and no. While this is Obed's body, I'm Joshua McKay.
They both look at you like you're on crack.
No, that's.
Or did you go in with him?
Oh yeah, because I'm the one that told him that I put him in. Like I told him this already.
You told them that you put him in a different body and stuff.
Right.
You didn't mention which one.
Right.
And they know that nobody is that cruel.
I understand there was the potential of being one of Alex Kinley's fan club girls as well.
So hot.
Not.
You could have gotten into some sort of romantic liaison with the doc and maybe produced a child.
Yeah.
Hot.
Anyway, but yes, I don't know how much Doc explained to you about what happened.
They look at the doc like,
Remember what I told you?
not Obed. He eats his own boogers.
But it's not Obed anymore.
He puts his finger up his butt and sniffs it.
It is not Obed anymore, though, is
Excuse me, I'm going to go wash my hands now.
They seem to be having problem grasping this. Lots and lots of problems.
So he's either here as Obed or not at all. Or I just picked a random person and shoved his essence into him.
They just stare at you.
I didn't know how it was going to work. You can stare at me like what? He's alive.
I shall attempt to speak Latin to him. Bumble, this is going.
He goes, me way, you way, seashore, dine. And they're like,
Big way, it's nay.
just stare at them and go, yeah.
I'm sorry that unfortunately I've gotten some of Obed's. I've lost abilities. I've lost my ability to do many things, and I've gained some stuff that Obed used to be able to do.
The
I'm
elf
still
girl
wrapping my head around this new body and
the elf
shape.
girl gets in Doc Fulton's face and screams, "Why would you try to fool us like this?" She bursts into tears and runs off. The elf guy is looking like, and he says, "Tell me, what's the one thing," he motions toward the bird, "that you wish you could have talked about with him one last time?" He motions toward the dead, stuffed, nailed to the perch bird.
He died? When did he die?
Quite a while ago. He says, we had him nailed to his perch.
That bastard word has not taught me air magic yet.
He comes and
He
hugs you.
can't die yet.
Doc, I can't believe. Or he says, Josh, I can't believe it. Yes, his last words, he stops embracing you and holds you at arm's length. His last words before he died were, "I'm never going to teach that bastard air magic." And then he laughed and died.
That bastard.
We had him stuffed and memorialized forever.
Good. After all the trouble I went through to get him off that nasty guy at the docks, and
I'll go talk to my sister, but give her some time. She's having a lot of problems with this.
See,
Yes.
I think
I'm having a lot of. Sorry, Mildred.
See, I think my approach with kids is much better. It's much more efficient.
Yes, it's been working so well for you with Maddie.
Uh-huh. I never seen my kids, so it's nice.
Yes.
I don't have to like explain them why I'm dead or not dead.
But one of the things is about I've lost all my knowledge of magic as well. So it means that I cannot redirect gates to MMO land, for example.
The elf guy nods, hurries off to find his sister.
All right. Let's get those. So why have you got Mrs. Claus suits?
Well, let's just say we needed to grab them in a hurry.
Okay. Oh, because of this demon you mentioned about.
Yeah, I wanted the demon to come with us, but he just saved us, and then we almost died because I'm shit at shadow walking, and then we didn't die.
I see.
Chris, are you messing with your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Is it work stuff that you have to do right this second? You suck.
No, otherwise I'd get up. I can't. He's frustrating me. I don't care.
All right, so let's get those claws suits. I might grab myself a... Actually, that's something we could try and do before we go any further. Could one of you... Do either of you have, well, a trump card that is of a location within the firewall that I could attempt to use? Not to travel through, but see if I could even... Just to see if I can do that.
Sure. This is a trump of the firewall.
Okay. I shall... Does it feel cold to me?
Did you put any points into the pattern walking?
Yes, as in shadow walking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that was the only one I could take. Yeah. So yes, I did put points into it.
Yes, you can use the trump cards.
Okay, beautiful, lovely. There you go.
Someday you'll learn how to draw and paint and all that shit.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Someday I'll learn how to create them again.
Yay! Oh yeah. Well, you're still waiting for tomorrow to see if Doc Fulton will teach you how to grow claws.
All right. I shall. All right. I won't worry about clothing at the moment.
You're dressed in Bedouin type silks. You're not sure why the whole Bedouin theme.
Yeah, but I don't think my normal clothes will fit me currently. I need to get them adjusted, or need to get new clothes made. So
you're a lot shorter, and you have a different cock. That's more disturbing than anything, right there. From that.
Anyway, I shall go and grab a spare kukri, since I don't have any weapons in case we get into trouble.
Feels like you're giving a stranger a hand job every time you pee. You just don't like it.
No. Yeah. And we'll grab those Mrs. Claw suits.
Oh yeah, you lost your good kukri, didn't you? Yeah.
Yep.
So much stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, for the future, if you're going to inscribe pattern, empty your pockets first. Right. You guys tool up with whatever you're logically getting tooled up with here. They have lots of old-timey weapons and shit if you need them. And, of course, in the basement, they have laser rifles and shit like that in case you need them, which no PC ever cares about.
Speaking of which, did Tom by chance get his tarot cards and start using them?
No.
Okay, we still got to do that then. because he's still got to, because his is the last lot to go.
Do you want to just grab him and rip him and apologize later?
No, he's playing tomorrow, so.
Okay.
And I'm playing tomorrow, so I can. And
yes.
I actually know about this stuff, so I can actually say, right, no, we're not doing that. We're not going for spices. No, no spices.
I'll bet spices are on the menu tomorrow.
I would be surprised if they're not. But yes, all right.
So
let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. You guys get together, and how do you want to get there?
We're going to try Clem's to see if.
Yeah, we're going to see if Clem's.
You guys head over to Clem's at long last. Look around suspiciously as you go in on the nice tiled floors and such. And yeah, Clem's like, howdy, what can I do you for?
Shave?
Hot towel?
Yes.
Where are you going back to?
Clem's Bar.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Clem's in Canada.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, so that's a no then, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So the question is
it?
There a bar here in Beastkin called Clem's Bar? Yeah.
We travel through bars. That's much
Maybe
more,
there's.
yeah.
Sorry, go, Mildred.
That's much more like nice than this thing.
So, yes. Do you know why Clem's Bar suddenly opened up there?
Well, we have the Santa suits on, so do you want to check it out? We can always just go to the firewall.
Yeah. Assuming it's right near where the Trump comes out.
And let's see if it's even still there, because maybe it disappeared now that everything's quote-unquote fixed.
True. Yeah.
So, I pull out the card, concentrate on it, hold up my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looks at your hand.
Everybody grabs on to my hand, and then we
start.
You start grabbing bitches after they just stand there and look at your hand. It's like, no problem. You guys, after the 2 minutes or so required to power up the fucking Trump card, you guys eventually step through and into a winter hell known as Canada. There you see, it looks like some sort of bar, but it's not called Clem's Bar as you'd been led to believe. In fact, it's called the Last Chance Saloon. There's a picture of it there.
The Last Chance Saloon.
Doc Fulton looks put out, as though he's just been kicked in the butt repeatedly and had a shoe lodged in there. There's a picture of Last Chance Saloon. It looks like the only thing that this place has that is not on the picture is it has the double swinging doors from the Old West that every cowboy has ever walked into type deal, which keep out none of the cold, or shouldn't. It's got a hitching post too. If you come up in a horse that hasn't frozen to death and it has gotten good at burrowing through the snow, you can hitch it to the post here.
We shall enter in.
I also, as you're getting ready to go in, you guys notice that there's kind of something weird going on with the entire wall of fire. It seems to be kind of fluctuating a bit, kind of going forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. It's at this point, Doc Fulton says,
fuck. I'm wondering if people are trying to fuck with it, like on the other side over there.
Like Fiona. You seem very interested in it.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are interested in it now.
Do others know about it?
Well, I spilled the random in Gerard, so they might have sent people to come.
I wasn't
fuck
sure
with it.
how much you told them. So you told them about this pocket realm, did you? The pocket shadow.
Yeah, I spilled. Or Gerard would have like squished me like a grape, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Something's definitely up. Does anybody have any kind of skills to try to figure out what's up?
Pattern law, shadow law.
And see Doc Fulton. Oh no, we're all doomed. Cool. Well, it looks like some other bullshit to worry about. Fortunately, you're nice and warm in your Mrs. Claus suits. Mrs. Claus suits for when you positively, absolutely need to steal a dead bitch's clothes and wear them.
Mm.
Well, let's go inside the saloon and see if there's anybody in there besides a Clem barman.
Okay.
No problem. As you guys get close to the door, you hear it sounds like one of those old pianos start up. As apparently they've stolen one from the set of Westworld that now uses the paper thing that feeds up through there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys head in. You see Clem behind the bar. Inside, it's like as soon as you go through the swing doors, boom, it's nice and normal temperature, room temperature, warm. Yeah, day and night. Definitely not natural. Clem's over there shining a glass behind the bar. It looks like they've hired the same actor to do other things. When he looks up at you, he goes, "Howdy, what can I do you for?"
Hi.
Shave, please.
"How about a whiskey?" he says.
Interesting. Yeah, I was curious to see how you react.
Like,
He
he
paused
gives out
for a bit.
sarsaparilla too.
Sarsaparilla for you. Very good. And you?
I'll take the whiskey.
Right. She steals your whiskey there, Obed Shotgun Joker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shot of whiskey, please. I need alcohol.
You are not your son, okay? I don't believe this.
I am in some other person's body. I've lost most of my abilities.
He poured you a shot.
I'm still adjusting.
Maybe it's all an elaborate trick.
Doc Fulton's glass is bigger than yours and has darker fluid in it than yours.
It's a sarsaparilla.
This bothers the woman with no name who's thinking maybe he's getting over on the system.
Mm.
So just curious, I'm going to go over to where the door was and see if I can feel it.
Right. Put your hand on there, and Doc Fulton seems to have disappeared.
Fuck.
Okay. Well,
Slight problem.
did you want to have a go of it?
But what about my whiskey?
With you. We had to stop you before.
I'll be right back.
When has that ever stopped you before? Just take it with you.
Okay. I
like his last agonized fuck.
I go there, try to do the same thing.
Whoop, she's disappeared.
So, Clems, do you have any rooms here for rent?
I knew it wasn't Joshua.
He says, "Yes, I do. They're upstairs. How many nights?"
Hang on a second. From memory, am I right in my remembering of the picture? It's a single-story building.
Uh-huh.
Is there stairs inside here?
No.
That's what I thought.
He looks completely serious, though.
Yes, I know. A week?
Sure. He turns and looks at the wall behind him blankly and turns back to you and goes, "Would you like another?"
Sure. I shall slug it down.
That really helps, actually. You can feel the body going, "More, more."
Yes, I shall go over and go through the hidden door.
Right. You guys are all three in some sort of metal hallway thing, and you can see like this fucking glowing pattern in this big ass room. And over there, like if you were to go down this other corridor, is a big expansive room, and it's got this fucking wood and rope bridge going across it. And you see this old guy sitting next to it, and he's looking at you guys like his picture you can find on the Roll20 thing above the eye with the rays coming out of it. He waves at you guys.
Or
That actually looks a lot like Dworkin, by the way.
Freakishly.
Oh, really?
Freakishly.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the pattern that I drew over there.
Very nice.
Is there a readout on the thing? Like,
oh, is that panel still there? Yeah.
Yeah, is the panel still there with the pedestal?
Yes.
Is there a box still on top of it?
No.
I put my hand on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It goes, welcome, Dr. James Fulton.
Huh.
And then it makes like, it has like little balloons and, you know, like if you tap congratulations in Facebook. And then it goes back to just normal look. Like,
Right.
The buttons don't do anything?
Now.
Let's see what happens when I put my hand on it. Who it reads me as.
Ah, right. Greetings, mouth breather.
Yeah, right.
There two get a good chuckle out of it, though. Does the woman with no name want to put her hand on the...
yeah, try.
It goes room. Security message. No alcohol is allowed in the room with the pattern. Thank you for your compliance.
They know me so well.
There doesn't appear to be any way out of here.
I suppose where we came through, whether or not that goes back into the inn, the saloon, or we've got to trump out of here.
So I turn around and like, okay, so this is where we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at the steel wall.
I think it's going to be the same thing, but this is how we would get out too. I put my hand on the wall here.
Feels a little bit cold.
Can't get out?
Yeah, of course not. You're trapped here forever. But that's kind of good because then you can go answer questions from the horrible old man from scene 24.
Okay. Is there any other way out of here besides walking the pattern to teleport out?
Or trumping out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, do you want to... Never mind. I'm just...
Nope. Not yet. Not for a while.
What about you, Mildred? You could always just walk that pattern.
I don't know.
It's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
Get more powers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps. It helps a lot depending on what you get, but it might be worth it.
Is it the same like walking the first pattern?
It's probably similar, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't walk it.
I'm not sure because I haven't walked it. I just made it.
Yeah.
It shows the
pattern,
and it shows it from an aerial view, and it says Doc Fulton in the middle. Yeah, like he walked his name.
We could try asking the old man
to
see if he will answer anything besides the whole answer questions before crossing the bridge.
Yeah, but do you want to die if you answer his things wrong?